you have your platform support?
Yeah, we
Where are we making the rope?
Where it's gonna be over here.
You would attach the cardboard of your building onto this, and then it just moves it back and forth.
It's not going in fully though.
It's enough to hold it in.
Right, so that was roller coaster engineering. It was one of the innovation courses that GYSA does, and the culmination of that was going to King's Dominion for their Coastermania competition.
I got like this.
And then put this like this.
They're looking for a gravity-controlled roller coaster where students can choose a theme.
We did a Minecraft-themed roller coaster and we named it Miner's Adventure.
So basically we wanted to do like a San Francisco-based thing, and we did one where we went like through a lot of like cool spots in San Francisco. So it was like really adventurous, you know?
But the thing is that we can't bend the wood. I'm not a wood bender.
We had to make a roller coaster track, and we had some goals that we had to try to achieve.
They get an area volume of 36 inches high, and then you get like 29 inches like square base. The more open the track is to look like a real roller coaster with just kind of two rails, then the more points you get. They also give points for having some surprises in there.
We were brainstorming designs in class here, and then we decided to make it off-brand so that it would be funny. King Monkey versus Lizard Gun. The whole thing was based off of the game Minecraft. The first layer was based off of the overworld. The second layer was based off of the nether.
The nether portal took a while because it kept breaking. Like every time we would try to face the box, it just kept breaking. We had a mountain, but the mountain wasn't really like blocky.
We had to make all these individual little squares and put them together.
We used tubing and put it side by side and used a marble as like the cart. So we would just release the marble from a start point, which was already up on a hill.
Okay, try again. It takes a lot of like adjusting to every single like bump and like every single thing. We got to get it perfectly where like the marble like barely stops on it so that we have like just the right speed, and it was just really tough.
That should work.
And it's no longer going completely together.
We've been doing this for years. Okay. It happened again. Okay.
The competition, it's fun, it's stressful too, but it's good for them to kind of stand in front of a group of judges and explain what they did.
Our coaster performed amazingly well. So the marble would go down the track around all the buildings and scenery, and then towards the bottom, a building would be triggered and it would fall over the marble, but it would just barely pass it.
So it would start at the top, and then it would go down a slanted piece of wood that was supposed to look like on Bird Street, and then it would go down a staircase, do a loop, and then go into the building, and then come out the other side and go down. And then it would go across the top of a 3D printed Golden Gate Bridge.
When we were about to get judged, it was working. The only thing when it didn't work was when we were getting judged.
We were not finished with our coaster when we arrived at King's Dominion, so we were like working for a good 2 hours to get it working smoothly and trying to make sure it works. It went okay. We had 1 out of 3 of our tries that went perfectly.
And then sometimes at the bottom loop, it would jump off the coaster. I'm just like, why? We had tested it so many times and it was running perfectly. And then as soon as the judges got there, it just stopped working.
Yeah, let's just try and get that working before.
We definitely got some teamwork skills, a lot of cooperating, because one person's opinion isn't every person's opinion. So it's really hard to like come to an easy medium for all that. But luckily we were able to do that. Those are like what I mostly gained out of it.